Hello, everybody.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share.
We are just doing some setup right now. If you're watching the VOD, you know the drill perhaps. Skip ahead a couple minutes and we'll get going here. Hades.
However, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully. Goodbye, Father.
Welcome to Tartarus. Bad news, we're in Tartarus.
To hell with this place.
Yeah, I get the pun. You know what? Well, gotta give it to Supergiant. They keep finding ways to have narrated games. It's impressive. All right, and can we play with the controller? Perfect. All right, I'm sure I'll understand all this later. Just gonna do one quick check to make sure we all good. In terms of the stream going live, it's probably gonna be tagged to the wrong game. I can just tell right now. YouTube.com/getdaved. Channel update. Nice. .com/getdaved. It is not a channel update. Hi everybody, just getting a couple things set up. There's usually a couple dead minutes at the start. This is them. Starring Mandy Moore and the guy from Heroes. All right. Yeah, this will work. Hi, everybody. Game Branched, Kale, Hitman. Is this the notorious Canadian LPer? I prefer the term infamous, but yes. I'm just kidding. No infamy for me. Not ever since I chickened out of all those crimes. All right, let's get things going here. No. There we go. All right, we'll try moving the mouse out of the way, unless that's gonna... It's gonna affect the view. Well, we'll see. I know nothing about this game. We are playing it blind. At least I am.
You're in my way.
All right, let's go rage on this. Proceed. All right, that's R. Is this my game? No, this is Hades. No, I gotta get this sorted out. Friggin'. Are we raging against the machine? Eventually. No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. It looks like it's frozen on the display screen here. We'll have a couple hiccups for a moment. Maybe it's going to want me to switch back to full screen mode. That's okay. How are you guys doing tonight? You having a better week, Slashes? Oh yeah, now it's not picking it up. Alright, I'll go back to friggin' full screen. Like a savage. Ooh, haze, yeah. People are starting to trickle in. It is so hard to set channel or video stream descriptions ahead of time. Summer is hot, yeah. Much better week, good. Why isn't there anyone I can spend my Get Dave points? Oh. Never say never. Game capture Hades. All right, you guys let me know if you're seeing the action here.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
All right, we got some good comboing power. Seeing a black screen, well, isn't that just perfect? All right, we're just gonna stop treating it as a game to be captured then. And we will do this. As I often do. All right, how about that? -40 degrees Celsius in Atlantic, Canada? Yeesh. That's better. You guys are seeing everything? All right, cool. Oh. We're going to be taking some hits while I look at the chat.
There she is.
Hello.
It's got to be her. Then here goes nothing. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Is it a tweet?
Cousin, now let's get you from that miserable place. I'll see that all of us upon Olympus do our part, beginning here with me.
How's it going with me? I'm doing okay. Had a frustrating day of coding yesterday. Oh. I sorted it out today. Fun fact, I ended up... Oh, video feed is frozen for me. Now you guys only see the pause menu. Gosh darn it. All right. All right. We'll turn that off. It did work temporarily. How about... Still, are you guys getting the... It worked at the very beginning of the stream. Yeah, I get it. I had a good thing and I ruined it. That's not lost on me. This is... And we've got the wrong title on it and everything. I get it. We will just... Actually... Let's just stream my left monitor. Display capture. Left monitor. How's that looking? Why don't I have 100,000 subs? Well, there's lots of channel optimization things. There's a mouse moving. Oh my gosh. There's lots of channel optimization things you can do that I don't do. Yeah, I think I'll take damage. I like to wail with the primary attack.
Goddess, but thank you.
Alright, look at how reverent our boy Zagreus is. We can see. It's good now. Alright, we're not going to touch anything. You're just seeing whatever's on the left monitor. Hello! I still have one. Oh, don't you dodge me. Alright, we learned something today. Those spike me, and I don't know how to gain health back. Perhaps if I use different attacks? I think we're gonna have a rough go, folks.
Simple. For the mirror. I'm hurt. Can't heal myself, but I can fight.
Can I never heal myself? Yeah, all the good channels, they don't go mainstream. We have a nice indie cult hit with this channel. But yeah, the big thing is, like, I've always wanted it to stay a hobby, and it's kind of blurred a little bit into being a bit more serious, which I'd like to, when the game's done, I'd like to dial it back just a little bit and be more relaxed. Yeah, we'll see though, right? Ooh, we were watching Transistor today. Well, I have good news. All right, there is still, we're going to do one last pause. If you're watching the VOD, feel free to skip ahead. If you are watching live, you tell me about your day. LP-centric channels don't go viral. Yeah, not anymore. At the start, at the beginning of all things, it was not like that. This is a little awkward. You know what? I will just see if I can restamp the video after the fact. Whoop. Okay, that's his attack doing it. Oh, there we go. I was wanting to ninja one of these. So I think we've just got... Oh, darn it. The end of my life on our hands. But a dungeon crawler. Lots of dev time with third-party content. Oh, and SDKs. Sorry, buddy. I mean, some of them are great.
The centaur heart. That ought to keep me going for a bit.
Ooh, the max went up too. Ooh, vacation coming up. Yeah, 4th of July and Canada Day coming up. Everybody's gonna be partying at a respectable distance. Whoop. wonder if I can control the spawn point somehow. I think their positioning seems to be...
Hackathonic key.
Ooh.
Wonder where I can use this.
How will this get Dave? Ooh, I keep it intentionally ambiguous. A bit younger than me. Hey, Katie. Less knowledgeable about Git than you as well. Is he 50 yet? No. Not by a long shot. Oh no! Oh boy. The good thing is I kept my cool. Alright, attempting to combo and bounce all of the attacks at once. Yeah. I think... it didn't go well. How many GDP do you get if you guess my age right? Welcome to the House of Hades.
Carry on, everyone. Don't mind me.
Hello.
Welcome to the House of Hades, where... Wait, I know you. Guess that means you died out there, huh? Well, don't be sad, though. Pretty much everybody dies sometime.
Yeah.
Some of us more than
Back
others.
already. Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Short.
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight. Thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Be
All right.
way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface. Go. See for yourself.
Ooh, happy birthday, Xandar. I am around the ages, the young side of the ages being guessed. The first movie I saw in theaters was The Godfather. No, I'm kidding.
You have come home. Do not despair, child. Such setbacks are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. Though, tell me, has the goddess Athena thus been true to her word?
She has, Nyx. I'm grateful that you put us into contact and explained to her the situation that I'm in. I know you took a considerable risk in reaching out.
Well, don't speak so loudly, man.
It was the least that I could do. The Olympians shall make powerful allies, but reveal to them no more than they already know. For all our sakes.
Yeah, don't be trusting the gods.
Cease this, boy.
You told me you don't care if I keep going.
There's a good boy.
Your fortunate Cerberus sees something in you.
Big old derpy dog. It falls asleep if you play music. Worked for Orpheus, and he got out of here.
Hey, room. I'm back.
Favorite movies? Yeah, I've pet the dog. Oh, I can reflect.
Night and darkness guide me.
Ooh, I'll take chthonic vitality.
There.
Yeah, I would say it's very Supergiant, right? Very much in the vein of
Perpetual state
Bastion.
of disarray, despite his lord and master of the house repeatedly insisting that he pick everything up.
Eh,
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, is it?
can I jump on the bed?
Not even tired, thanks.
All right, fine.
keepsakes yet.
I guess I should find some of those. Can I get...
That's going to take more keys. There we go. Coronacht, the Heart Seeker. Let's deal some death. Can escape through that pink window there.
What you got? What you got?
Interesting.
Yeah, nice.
Dude's got a lot of HP. Okay, there we go.
That's the spirit.
I don't think this is going to be the weapon for me.
Whoops. Come, Stygius. Care to join me out there?
Bet I got you pretty good.
Alright. Our dash is going to do no damage. Okay, he's got the triangle or the pyramid thing sticking out of him. Oh no.
Oh, hi.
If I was 10 when FF6 came out, around then. Alright, let's get out of here.
Thunder.
I saw an old video he was in. Yeah!
Is this really him? Okay. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Greetings there, young man.
Hi!
Your father's always been rather difficult, and he's not so much as called in quite some time.
Hello, Uncle.
A better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
I'm gonna sleep with you. Yeah. Ooh, that seems pretty good too. But we're loading up the attack.
Zeus lending his support. Never thought I'd see the day. Or night. Or
Yeah, now we're talking. Oh, haha. No, the rule is sharing the link of the video is frowned upon. You have to discover the video for yourself, but I can give clues. It was for a film festival the Escapist put on a long time ago. Ah, dang it. A long time ago now.
the underworld's power. Something for the mirror.
Hey. Ooh, Old Boy. It's a nice relaxing movie. Yeah. The Escapist was involved. They were doing a film festival. And so I made a submission with my friends. I'm always been a little upset about it because they compressed the crap out of something that we shot with really good gear. We had like a
Power.
palm of power.
Gods grant me strength.
Oh, sure.
Palm power.
I like pomegranates.
They got me. No way to patch up.
Not sure how Persephone feels about them. Which would be Mom. Yeah, there was a short film festival anyway. You had to do a 5-minute thing, so wrote a little story. I believe it was called Indie Dev. It was a long time ago. And then they made it look all fuzzy. I keep using the dash button from Hollow Knight. Yay!
Unlock something back home.
Next time I die. And those are the hints. Okay, real talk. How many of you are Googling it right now?
That sound. That was revelry? People having a good time?
Yeah, you're in a Coliseum.
In the name of Hades, Olympus, I'll accept this message.
Does you have to say that every time? It looks like...
How's it going? Look, you have got to get here with the rest of us already. We've been saving you a spot. Let me see what I can do. Make life a little sweeter for you in the meantime.
Hey, thanks, man. Ooh, trippy shot. It's a festive fog. I will take... Well, 10% damage resistance isn't a ton. I'll remain the YouTube cartoon avatar. It's based on me. That's a picture of me I sent. I wasn't wearing the rebel outfit. Alright, we'll try the trippy shot.
To liven things up around here.
Trippy shot is real good. Woo! Okay. I see it. I did take a hit looking for my thing.
No chance.
Oh, darn it. I gotta get like a turn-based game for streams. Alright. I got more goodies for next time. Was the old image I used Ben Skywalker? Yeah! I want to switch back to that. I really like that. Sort of psychologically, I've mentioned when the game's done, I want to like relax things on the channel, and I was flirting with ideas like, depending on how successful the game is, like demonetizing the channel. Because I miss, I don't know, some of the innocence of earlier days of YouTube. And I've always looked up to Deceased Crab, who still has not monetized his channel.
Oh no!
No! But yeah, so I thought about like, yeah, switch back to the Ben Skywalker.
So did everybody miss me?
Oh, we'll be saying that lots. Yeah, chill out about stuff.
How goes it, Shanes?
Oh, it says here one of the wretched thugs caught you. Too bad. They're slow, but they hit pretty hard, I guess. Have you tried moving out of the way?
I have not. Oh, hey, Slashes. Thanks for the death counter.
I haven't, no. Someone's at the desk next to the throne.
House contractor.
Work authorized. A fountain chamber in the depths of Tartarus sounds like an excellent idea.
All right. I don't know what many of these things mean, but I'm excited to find out someday. Game is available on the Steam Summer Sale for 20% off right now. It's like you're paying an American currency if you live in Canada. I remember when 93 cents Canadian was an American dollar, and it wasn't that long ago. Game development going well? It is today. Good thing you didn't ask me yesterday. Oh yeah, I was showing a fun fact. I had to solve a problem Can you use copyright stuff if you're not monetized? Those videos would get monetized if they made a claim. Yep. They do right now. But still, I just, yeah, thought about switching back to that. I ended up writing a pathing solution, which was the same as the algorithm I started with for this like maze navigation school project I had to do in my very first computer science course, or I think it was the second semester course, but I wrote the same program I did over a decade ago, basically.
You have outgrown this house. Of that I am now certain. Should you return again here, I shall keep you safe.
Okay.
I won't forget you, Nyx, I swear it.
What's down here? This game is still in early access, although it's close. Apparently the real ending will come out. Alright, how's it going, Dad?
That sniveling shade to your immediate left there, Father. Already found someone new to do the busy work. And here I thought I was utterly indispensable.
That shade boy is my newly designated contractor. One whose responsibility is to work on this house. Though who shall pay for everything my subjects here demand, I do not know.
You're trying to guilt me into funding the exorbitant furnishings you desire.
Perhaps once we are finished with repairs for all the carnage you have sown throughout my realm, then we might finally have time for all the needed renovations that have piled up.
Nice.
Did I implement A star? No, I'm calling it a pathing algorithm, but that's a little bit misleading. Because I wasn't trying to find shortest path. I was trying to calculate room circumference when represented by a bitmap. So I ended up just basically doing a slightly improved right wall hug, which is how I started this one assignment. Actually, the final assignment for the year was everybody was pitted against each other, and it's this. This is 11 years ago. Yeah, actually, I'm in better shape now than I was in that video. That was about to become Fat Dave.
I should go.
My point being, I don't look that much older. All right, let's try this stupid thing.
Why not? I think I'll try this one. That kind of hurt. That looks like a Daedalus hammer.
Tell me.
Enchantments for my weapon.
Sure. Your special fires 4 shots or 4 more shots. I'll take that one. I like plus 300%.
Thank you. You kill me, I kill you.
That's pretty deadly. Yeah, this school assignment, we were supposed to get a maze of unknown size. You have to create an AI that will chart it, and it's for a series of different mazes, and there'll all be different sizes and everything. Your AI has to map it, and then treasures are put throughout it, and afterwards it has to figure out the most efficient way to retraverse the maze. But based on the conditions they specified, man, which one? Is this like Poseidon or Aphrodite?
Do not mess with me right now.
All right, it's pretty cool.
Feeling good.
Nice. Okay. So this is actually information about what I'll get if I travel here. I get it now. Is this a roguelite? I think so. I still don't exactly feel qualified to say anything definitive. To fudge.
This can unlock a weapon back at home.
Yay!
Coin from the dead. I'll take it.
Yay, money? I like that stuff. Oh, heck yeah. All right, I think this is our renovation. Yeah, the contractor will be happy. Anyway, it was like a super specific thing, but I was kind of interested that I ended up ultimately doing the same solution. I tried a more elegant and clever recursive thing, a variant of a depth search. For you and for those of you into computer science algorithms, there's a couple of you. Brawl Guy Kitty, you'll know what's up.
Gemstones.
It blew up the stack.
The house.
I had a horrible stack overflow. Oh, I tried to wait for the perfect shot. Because this opportunity only comes once in a lifetime, yo. Ugh.
Oh, it's her. That must be a mess. Let's see here. Hi there. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
He's a little bashful. Aphrodite? Yep.
There, little god thing.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Say you're quite the specimen, and so I've decided I shall aid you for the moment. You interested?
Yeah. Can I get health back? Oh, this is rare. It is not. We can talk about the game while I'm doing this. That'll make it a channel update. We already told about very specific algorithm problems. So I don't think this is going to be good with our weapon. We'll try this. I don't seem to be casting much.
Power to break hearts? Sure, I don't see why not.
The stream name is not correct. I know.
Fast of some sort.
Oh, palm power. We can talk chemistry if you want. I also worked in a chem lab. Yeah. This is my first or second job out of university.
How's that? Good enough to eat.
Palm power. Sure, I should really just use my cast.
Made it this far.
All right, this is a pretty good. Oh, tell you my story. Mostly. Oh, Shazbot. Analyzed soil samples for mercury contamination and examined bitumen deposits for ionic contaminants by ICP analysis. Ah! And my claim to fame was ratting out a filter manufacturer for having too many contaminants in their filters. That was me. Pissing off some company.
There's only one heavenly archer I know of. Well, several, really. Anyway, in the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who it is. This is looking like Apollo? Oh, Art. Okay, yeah. His sister. Makes more sense.
The hunt helps keep me company, so maybe it'll help you too.
Oh, yeah, thanks. This is a pretty neat game. Interesting. Fun Artemis fact, she got seen naked by a hunter named Actaeon, and so she turned him into a deer, and his own hunting dogs tore him to pieces and ate him. Oh, you guys say bitumen differently? Yeah, let's just take the raw damage.
Some company now that she mentions it. The power of the hunt sounds handy too.
Here, put it phonetically. I'm interested to see your down under pronunciations. Ah! Whoa, what's with that skullduggery?
You're dead.
The auto aim is fantastically helpful in this game.
Right there.
Oh man, I'm feeling it. And hey, everyone, remember? That looks like some sort of occult magic thing. This looks like cold hard cash. Bitumen? Oh, okay. Do you guys say aluminium as well?
You're out well past your curfew, boy.
Hey, Dad! Survive for 45 seconds. I wonder if I should thin their numbers, but I don't really want to stop moving. Yeah, it was a mistake. Ah! I blame the beeps.
Enough.
There we go.
I'll take my thing back. Hey, we're loaded. Aluminium the proper way? We say aluminum. I think it's a... That one I'm going to concede is an inferior pronunciation. Everything else is in eum. let's go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no! Yeah, Canada has a mix of British and American and French pronunciations generally.
Can't get used to that.
Well, I ain't no one asking you to. Felt like that was an okay run though.
It's fun watching the pool of sticks, you know? The ripples in the blood and everything, and sometimes somebody pops out of there like you.
Hey!
Staff and guests of honor, no one else. I sign them in and help make sure they have a pleasant stay.
Well, sign me in then.
Yeah, well, why do I want to leave?
You've returned.
Who are you?
Lad, despite the circumstances, remember your training out there. The pain of death is but another obstacle.
And fear is for the weak. Take care, Achilles.
I mean, you can fear. Just don't wuss out.
The House of Hades, that dark and lavishly appointed lair of the underworld's king, is home not just to him, but to his willful progeny.
Me?
You know I can hear you, old man. No time to rest.
I think my boy seems a little uptight here. Locked. I'm sure we can do something about that. Oh my goodness. Contains faint traces of the... I only have a little bit of bling.
Work approved.
I'm
Nice enough addition to my chambers.
hoping... I'm hoping this is like, hey, if you die, you get to keep something you lost. It sounds like I did more analytical stuff. Yeah, I did. It was a commercial lab, so I just did a ton of analysis over and over. Did some density stuff, but that was mostly one of my friends at the lab who did that. I only did it when he was gone. And that one was considered one of the easier things to do, but it was very stressful because there was lots of... very tight time, because you'd get like 100 of these things in a row and you'd have to measure them within a 5-second window every X amount of time. And so you just like, you have to read this thing, write it down, next, read, write it down, read and write it down. And you just do that over and over and over. And you get to the end and then you run right back to the beginning and you do that for an hour.
I can scarce believe my eyes. Is that you, boy? Cerberus, look who it is. He's back.
Hey, Dad.
Cerberus looks mournfully toward the prince.
Sure looks mournful.
Into this, father.
Anything you say to me, you say in front of Cerberus. You might even learn a thing or two from him of listening and of obedience.
Nix isn't around.
They got her.
The Mirror of Night.
Yep, that's the one I want. That's the one I want two of. 50% health one time. Could be pretty durable. This is... I don't know if this is gonna last though. Like, does this only last for one run? Connor! Does this only go for one run?
Ready, I think. Some new decor.
Poof!
Just need to keep at it.
Yeah. Ooh, mirror stuff is permanent. Oh boy. A spear, hey?
This needs more keys to open.
I thought I had 5. Well, we had trouble.
Prestigious blade of the underworld. I need your strength. I'm hit.
Yeah, I can't retrieve it. All right.
I'm back.
Oh, if I had 5. Yeah, all right. We'll do one more run.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, I didn't have any super stressful work in the lab. Again, I only had to do that one pretty crazy. I actually liked some of the busier days quite a bit. Because like if I was doing the mercury analysis, you are handling extremely dangerous chemicals. Yeah, there's a lot of boiling it in maximally concentrated sulfuric acid. You do 2 sessions of that. And then throw in some nominally potent chemicals. Oh, heck yeah.
That should do it.
But we only have 20 health now.
I always come back.
Thought I had 50 before. What is my opinion of the Greek pantheon mythology? Like, in what way? I think when considering mythology, one of the helpful things I learned in school was a certain degree of cultural relativism. Like, you got to remember the way we think of things is not necessarily the same as the way they think of things. So like some people are like, oh, the Greeks were super gay. Well, it's like, well, not the way they thought of it. They thought of themselves as straight, by and large. You know, so it's like, did the Greeks, you know, worship gods the way we would think of it? Maybe not necessarily, but that might meet their definition of it, right? All right, let's get some of this. About 60% health for that. Yeah, that's fine, maybe. So, I mean,
Come die again.
yeah, we're if as long as we avoid the meltdown, we have pretty good regeneration abilities. I thought it was the buff only kicks in, dang it, when below 60% health, but I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, there was the gods or the Greeks definitely reached a point where they thought the gods should be better. But then there's like more complicated things like Neil Gaiman sort of hints at it in American Gods, where, well, they didn't think of it as like there'd be temples they'd go to and worship at and everything, but also like some of the worship is just like doing the thing it's the god of.
In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
So, you know, if it's, you know, Artemis, it's like the act of hunting is the same as the goddess and the act of worship, and they're all kind of like the same. So they just, the sort of modern / Western systems thinking wasn't the same. So it didn't think of this as like an isolated act, you know, the way people do when they like go to church and sing or something, right? Hades gets a bad rap. Oh yeah, dude's an accountant.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see.
Yeah. Your special inflicts doom. Pretty good game. This seems not very good, but alright, let's try it. The default cast is quite okay. I've turned into Spectre Knight. Awesome. I partly blame Disney. Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a little bit of syncretism going on there. Like you know, it merges with Christianity, and it's like, okay, you know, back in the year 300 and change, and so they're like, all right, so Hades is kind of like Greek Satan, and it's like, well, no, he's just trying to keep the dead people from coming up. Like, it's important. Pluto greater than Hades? Hades isn't a planet. That's what I have to say to that. Aren't they making a new Hercules movie? Like, I would still have to see the Disney one, but are we talking of that ilk? That's one of the ones they could sequelize for quite a while. I mean, to my knowledge, he didn't do any of his trials in the movie. I'm loving this combo. And I love Greek mythology. And this is a pretty good game, and I love it. This is a good night we're having. Oof, controversy. Man, people took it personally. If you let Pluto in, you gotta let in the riff-raff, and like, we all know Sedna doesn't belong at the party. I also like this is a much more respectful treating of the mythology than like God of War, where it's like, man, isn't Greek mythology cool? Murder them all. I get that they softened up Kratos, but I was there at the start. Dude had no personality aside from being angry jerk. Hey, did I just... Well... What is this? Most people went to Hades and it was not a great place. Greek afterlife... Okay.
I thought I'd find you here.
Greek afterlife was not great. It's not like the Elysian Fields were that great, you know? You can hear Darren Korb just rocking it.
Almost there.
These rooms are definitely scarier.
Again, you make a mockery of me.
There we are.
Gain one. What did I gain? Yeah, that depiction was pretty common. The one catch with Greek afterlife is, like, because I mean, again, you can't view religions in general as monolithic, right? Because like, in some of them, they basically have reincarnation. Because you know, you have Ulysses getting the opportunity to pick the next life he'll have, right? So he's not stuck in Hades there. Maybe take a page out of his book, Zagreus. And, you know, he gets the last pick because he was the greatest man in his, we'll call it graduating class. And, he, you know, the last life that's available for him to pick is a farmer. And that's kind of what he's, and he's like, yeah, if I picked first, this is the one I would have taken because he kind of had enough. Contrary to what James Joyce said. Michael, I love you and your content. Well, I don't actually know your content, but thanks for the kind words and the appreciation. I would look and continue the conversation, but wouldn't you know it? I'm just not going to look for a couple seconds here.
Okay.
I was a little skeptical that maybe this... Yeah, I'll put it this way. I was a little disappointed almost when I saw this because I thought, Supergiant, you know, it's been how many years since Bastion? Yeah, cohort's a better word than graduating class. It's been how many years since Bastion, and this is kind of more like what they were doing before, and less, you know, quote, innovative like Transistor. But I thought about it some more, and I was kind of like, it's not like other people are stepping into this genre they've created, right? The isometric action RPG, in this case roguelike, sometimes basketball. So good on him for just kind of having a space and making good games within it. And you know what? This is, now that I'm playing it, I'm starting to get it, and it's pretty great. Whoa. This is a bow room, we'll call it. I wonder if I'll gain the ability to carry more than one weapon. Yeah. And I like that you get different power-ups from different gods and goddesses. That's pretty cool. It's great theming. Ah, shell spot! Whew.
The power of the gods.
Your cast sends a thing. Okay.
Extra blessing.
Would I directly compare this? It's a bow room. Oh, the bow just would have been very effective in that room. Would I compare this to Diablo 3? I think there are some comparables, but I do not have a ton of experience with Diablo 3. I don't play a ton of Diablo games. Okay, and this is like the one-off currency. Hey, man. Oh, hey, Charon. Or Charon. Speaking of planets, you're the reason Pluto got kicked out.
Why, good to see you, Charon, mate. Just minding my own business, taking in the sights, and
Ugh.
hey, what's that? You got some sort of wares for sale? Then I'll just have a look around.
I'm just gonna call him Karen from now on. Gift.
Charon, you've been such a reassuring sight, I thought I'd offer you a token of my gratitude.
Yeah, no, I'm not showing off my game. I see the confusion because I was like, yeah, the next time I was going to show combat, and this is definitely combat. No, my game art is not this good. The still art's quite good. Leandra's, I think, in the same ballpark as Gen Z, but no, it doesn't have like the style. It's just 3D. Hello, Alan.
Wait, you don't have to give me something in return. It was a gift. I don't know what to say, mate.
Is this a hot dog and fries?
Cheers, mate.
All right, we'll hang out with Artemis.
To pay the boatman's ransom here, and whatever price he charged you, it was worth it.
Aw, thanks, Artemis. Little humble brag there. Epic. Sure, I'll take it.
On the prowl. Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
And that would be health up, which I don't need, because I basically made a build to not need that.
Beyond the present chamber lies the outermost perimeter of Tartarus, promising terrifying dangers far beyond the Underworld Prince's reckoning.
And I can reckon quite a bit.
Aw, thanks, Mike. Can I call you Mike? Thanks, Michael. Yeah. I just saw the accountant today, which was a really wonderful conversation. She's been super cool and supportive and was like, yeah, this is the year. Holy cow. Tell me when it comes out. I'll buy it. So that was fun, and we talked for probably half an hour. But I got to see the number of like how much money have we put into making the game, and this is without paying any money at any point. And the answer is tens of thousands of dollars, and not a couple. It's 4 years.
Awkward.
Halt, Zagreus. Not one step further.
Okay.
Meg, haven't we had more than enough of each other by now? Besides, don't you have someplace else to be?
Your father sent me. All in all, I'd rather be on your bad side than his. Now you can turn back, like a good little man, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way.
Hey, attaboy.
A man after my own heart.
Sound like Nebula. Oh, man. Didn't expect the Beastie Boys to show up. Youch. All right. All right. Our build is a little... Not great for this situation. I'm gonna not finish sentences here. There we go. Alright, we got some health back. Alright, and we lost it again.
We'll stay right there.
Whew! I got a bad feeling about this one. But she was talking trash at me. I don't want to lose. I see now why the dash damage is good. And why I probably should have taken it. Oh. What I would like is more dash range. Whoa! Where's my crystal? There we go.
Come closer, Sagittarius.
All right. Not great. I like that they have dash canceling. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Just so many hit points. So I like the system of having to go get the death gem. Whenever you use it. It's a good limit on its power, but I with that said, I don't like not having it. Yeah, we can lay down some pretty good damage when it comes to that. Oh, I thought I had her lined up. Oh, I can't afford to get my butt kicked by you. Time to go. Oh boy. I don't like this new pattern! Oh boy. No! The big flying circle attack. Well, when I can lay it on her, it did a ton of damage, because... And she's standing very still.
Oh, cheers for that, Meg.
Yeah. Well, she's still, and so it's nice and slow moving, and it was like damage over time. Well, that was intense. Yeah, I'm having fun.
So you got skewered by a spike trap out there, huh? Well, that's too bad.
That's only half the story.
Not standing there, like when the spikes come out.
I have not.
Forget something again.
Oh, I'll be back, Dad.
Back already, Cerberus. Just as I indicated.
I'm standing right here, Father.
I'm sorry he disturbed your rest again, Cerberus. You've done a good job. The realm is well defended still to the high standard that you set.
Alright, see you, Dad.
Maybe you'll have something more affordable next time. If I sit down, I won't want to get back up.
Man, this guy is very high strung. Alright. We'll do a little purchase. Oh my goodness, 500 for the next one. Ooh, that would be very helpful for fighting Megara.
I think that should do it.
All right. Jeez.
A beautifully decorated, subtly enchanted ball containing traces of the hapless prince's past attempts to flee the underworld now accents a particularly cluttered corner of his room.
Always wanted my own scrying pool.
Yay. And it can be my crying pool. Yeah, super cool. Supergiant always does good games of this sort. Gen Z is a fantastic artist, one of the best in the industry, which is to say, the world. What did I miss in terms of channel update? Not much. The big channel... Aw, thanks guys. A lot of friendly people in this chat today. Yeah, not a ton of channel update stuff. If you guys have questions about the Metroidvania game I'm making, now's a good time. We'll do this for a couple minutes, and then we'll probably just call it a stream. But an excellently enjoyable time playing this. And I think we'll be doing this again soon. Oh yeah, Akihiko Yoshida is amazing. I think he would be my favorite video game artist of all time. I remember one of my buddies, he gave me an Electronic Gaming Monthly, an EGM magazine, because there was the one with the Final Fantasy Tactics coverage in it. And I still have it to this day, and hung out with that friend yesterday, as a matter of fact. We played a game together online, and yeah, I was just obsessed with it because it had all the art from FF Tactics, and that was the first time I saw Akihiko Yoshida's art. And then, you know, all the collaborations with Matsuno, like Tactics Ogre and all of those, Ogre Battle. I remember thinking the art and that was amazing. That actually might have been the first I saw of it, was Ogre Battle in like a Nintendo Power magazine. Anyway, I still have that EGM. What is game? I'm unfamiliar with this concept. It's like life without the boring or personally dangerous parts. It's virtually dangerous. Just fell out of bed after a night of sweat and nightmares? Ah, sorry to hear that, man. I know the feeling. Thanks for the ride. Well, you're welcome. It was good for me. When is the projected release date of the game? Oh, yeah. And is it available for wishlist on any platform, or is that a little advanced? It will be. The plan is for it to come out late 2020. Yeah. And when we're a little bit further along, there will be a big trailer drop and all that. And that's when I'll reveal the Steam store page, and it'll be available for wishlist or perhaps some sort of pre-order. The way I'm doing things, I should be able to have a randomizer built in pretty easily, which is a thing I plan on doing later. Both, like, item randomization is pretty trivial to do. You just have to make sure there's a way to beat the game. Maybe trivial is like too strong a term, but not super complicated compared to layout stuff. But I have, here's a fun little look under the hood. Every room is a non-overlapping rectangle you can think of, which basically means if it's a door that like U back on itself, for example, or a room that turns back on itself. So imagine like you go right, then you go up, then you go left. They never go further left than the entry door was in the first place. And that makes it easier to randomize and scramble all of them and still have the paths all line up. So I might have something like that available as like early access. It's probably more likely to be an update to come with porting it to a new platform or something, though. Late 2020. Did you see the 30 XDX pre-alpha early size? No, I didn't know that was out. I'm super excited about it, though. I love 20 XDX. Yeah, so that's the release dates and wish listing, or just giving me your nice, beautiful money. How many copies do I want to sell? Enough to make another game. Enough to make back some of the money we lost would be nice, or all of the money. That would be nice. Yeah, if I could pay myself a salary to make the next one, that would be the gold standard. And it's probably going at $20 a pop, so don't hold me to it if I decide to make it 25. But yeah, it'll be in that ballpark. So I mean, you could reverse engineer the number of copies sold. It doesn't have to be a ton. I don't have to outsell Hollow Knight, which has 2 million sales just on Steam. I thought rooms worked like that in all Metroidvanias. Not necessarily. Like, if you think about some rooms in Super Metroid, if you were to create, just imagine, like, if you look at the Super Metroid map or something, draw a rectangle bounding all of the constraints of that room. So, like, it's just not rotated, you know, on an angle or anything. It's just a boring old rectangle that goes around all of the rooms in it. So the top left corner is as high as the topmost part of the room, the leftmost part of the room. Bottom right does that for the other corner. If you do that, no two rectangles from different rooms will ever overlap in mine. And that does mean you can scramble it more easily without having to get into stuff that I think can kill the mojo. Common randomization algorithms sort of come up with a whole bunch of rooms and then that are interesting, and then sort of connect them with tunnels that are more or less dead weight. And, you know, I mean, you could throw one enemy or something in there, but yeah, that'll kill the mojo. So I made it so that they're much more portable, and elevators can be used. You know, you can just say, this elevator's 10. Oh, no, that's not the height we need. We need it to be 50. And it'll correct those gaps. And so that's an area where time is not really lost. So that's the deal if we wanted to do, yeah, built-in randomizer. How long of a roadmap is planned after the initial release? Yeah, so there'd be porting events to other consoles is the plan. Again, it might like sell 8 copies and then it's like, oh, I'm actually just going to be applying for jobs in web or game dev after that. But, you know, assuming it does reasonably well or astronomically well, that would work too. Tell your friends and tell them to tell their friends. Well, if you liked it. If you hate it, you know, you don't owe me jack then. But yeah, with every major release, there would be, so Switch and PS4 would be the other main ones I'd be targeting, possibly Xbox. But yeah, I have a Nintendo developer's license, and then I would apply for the Sony one. Sony's like, they're a bit more sticklers. You know, they want to see your paperwork. Nintendo is more like, we want to see your portfolio. Carbot Animations is looking for game dev. Interesting. Yeah, we won't send out the resumes yet. I'll buy you one so you'll get at least 9. Yeah, and I think my mom would buy one. She doesn't play games, but I think I could guilt her into it. So there's another copy. Still pulling for that Wii U version personally. Really? I mean, oh, thanks, buddies. Alan, if you want a Wii U version, I can, I have the license. I could deliver it tonight. I could put a build on it right there. Yeah. So we'll, 3 of us in my house. Guys and girls, boys and girls of all ages, buckle your pants because the night falls down. Give yourself 100 Get Dave points if you caught that reference to another indie game. Yeah, y'all are being really kind to me, and it's nice. I was dilemma and published my first book to anyone that wants. I would just give them a free copy. Yeah, and like F. Scott Fitzgerald puts out The Great Gatsby and is buying copies of his own book just to keep it on shelves. So they're like, okay, it's moving some copies. Yeah, it's rough stuff. Oh, if you're not familiar with this, check out the Battle Block Theater. Just watch the ending sometime. I consider it one of the greatest endings in video game history. All the others I put on that pedestal are, you know, ones like the ending to Final Fantasy VI, where it's like these great dramatic achievements. But Battle Block Theater is truly the most original thing of all time. Yeah, I mean, I have the license to do Wii U development right now, so could toss the build on tonight. That ending to the FF7 remake, am I right? Ah, they wound me. It's just FF7B. It was a good ending for FF7B. No more edition. Oh, Cellcath, you're the one who wagered. I felt like a baller when I read that. Yeah, enjoy those 20,000 GDP. We had a wonderful partnership in that fight. All right, cool. Anyone have any other questions about the game? I'm gonna wind down the stream. It's like a little earlier than normal, but I'm not gonna lie. I desperately have to go pee. And then at that point, it's like, we've had some good runs. I got to a boss fight. I felt pretty good about that. That was intense, and I'm really enjoying the game. I also really want to play it off camera and get good at it, and then come back. Which is like more what I'd like to do in the future with the channel, right? Is like focus on, I don't know, like things that I play off camera and really like, and then want to share. That's more the model I like. But like when you're monetized and you're worried about all that stuff, like you kind of, you want to get in on it on launch day, and then it's a little tricky. Check out the 30XTX demo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that I wouldn't play that blind either. I'd do a couple runs. That game, 20XTX could get rough if you didn't know the ropes. What are my thoughts on Xenogears? I've played it once. My buddy Jester, when Star Wars Squadron comes out, he and I might actually play together for like, flight sim and X-Wings together for the first time in however many years. But he got it from a pawn shop back when we were in high school. I think he found it lying around for $25, and then he was like, "Yeah, it's cool, but I'm just not going to finish it." So he just gave it to me, and so I have it. I'm looking at a copy of it right now, and I played through it once, and I love it. That said, and I've always thought about revisiting it. I've been thinking about the game ever since I finished it. Like, it's never really left my mind. I love to say, "Ye shall be as gods," casually, or usually just in my own mind. But yeah, whenever it becomes relevant, because it's like just embedded that deeply. So I wonder if I'm going to think like some of it's kind of silly now, and some of it is like crucifying Poshul. Or no, Poshul's the thing from Chrono Cross. You know what I mean. The pink poofy thing. But still, like, Krellian? I mean, there's a hell of a character. So, yeah. Yeah, we might revisit that sometime. I would probably use a guide so I could get through the sewer level faster. Can I let's play Star Wars Squadrons? Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, Choo Choo. Yeah, Choo Choo's the character from Chrono Cross. Or from Xenogears. Dang it! Now look what happened. Be sure to link the game somewhere in release. Oh. It's going to be all over the place. My LPs are definitely better when I know what they're doing. That's what I thought. And there was a conversation about it in the channel Discord, which if you're interested, you can join. The links on the channel page. But then there were a good chunk of people who were like, yeah, no, that's cool. But have you thought about blind Let's Plays? It's like, yeah, some people like watching the struggle. They like watching the sausage get made. They like to watch the sausage get daved. Will you LP your own game? I've thought of that. A lot of people have asked me that. Probably not in the traditional sense, but we might do something like I might get a friend to play it, and we'd talk about it on channel. I might ask Towelman to come do that or something. He can point out whenever he plays guitar on the soundtrack. I often struggle with games you do know. You know what, Kale? I don't like your tone. Do I have my eye on any recent 4X games? Oh, you mean The Desert? Yeah, I would do like a director's commentary. That's a good example. And I might go through even, if I were to do it, Matt Makes Games, I think they're now called EZOC. Because it's not just Matt making the games now. He's got, Lena Rain and Noel Barry and Amora, and Pedro. He's got like a company now. That's not just him. But he did a thing with Noel, I think, where they looked through different builds and were just talking about the process of the game and everything. And yeah, I might do something like that. And yeah, it's like half let's play of early builds and half director's commentary. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Am I going to LP Cyberpunk? Probably not. I don't play a ton of be embarrassed when speedrunners beat my record. No, they will. I'm not wired like a speedrunner. Am I going to LP Cyberpunk 2077? Probably not. As I was saying, I didn't do Witcher 3, and I haven't played any of their games, actually. I've never played a moment of Witcher. I've been around people who were, and I think it's a great achievement, but to play through The Witcher 3 one time, you have to be, as far as I can tell, more committed than you are to anyone. Like you get married to that game for 100 hours. Do I plan on doing any more Let's Review? There's so much work and not really popular, so probably not. Like the Bastion one I did, I spent twice as much time on the review than I did on the Let's Play. Star Wars Squadron with multiplayer? Oh yeah. We're totally doing it, guys. I'd 100% do that on stream. Witcher 3 is around 80. I feel like calling that 100 hours is fair. I know some people who are close, who are well past that. And the same people who are played through Skyrim like 6 times. How about a script on your site? I think there's some Russian bots in the comments section. Comments should be disabled on the site. I don't know. I might do some work on it. Conveniently, I did get some spam from it. I have some plans for when I have like the next version of the Reclamation Games website coded and it has all the stuff for the game already. I'm just not rolling it out until like the big marketing push comes when you can buy it, or probably when the trailer drops and you can wishlist or pre-order or something. I have it like no WordPress, no nothing. It was actually really satisfying for me to code. It's all like there's no WordPress, there's no nothing. It's all like super rudimentary. It loads in like 0.001 milliseconds on an old cell phone. It's like, yeah, I really like it. It's a thing of beauty to me for a guy who's sick of certain aspects of the modern web. Review scripts on the website? What do you mean? Do you want to review the script of the game? For someone trying to start Let's Playing streaming, what recommendation of equipment do you recommend? Get an XLR microphone with a cheap audio interface. Behringer makes some good ones. Don't get a USB mic. Don't get a 3.5 mil thing. I mean, if you're just starting out and you just want to try stuff, maybe use crap. But if you're going to sink money into it, get a proper XLR microphone. A good starting one is an Audio Technica AT2020. And yeah, Behringer makes good stuff to plug it into. And then that can plug into your computer. That is what I would say the big thing is. And then after that, just focus on how you want to do your content. The Go XLR Mini is good for that also. All right. check that one out too. I've been continuing to get data reviews. Oh, in text on your site, save on editing time. Yeah, doing text reviews of games. Yeah, I might do that. Any suggestions on the cheap stuff? Just find a headset microphone that's loud enough, and they generally are not the more expensive ones. I have a buddy with a $70 gaming headset, and it sounds like barf. And I have a buddy who I think is just using like an Xbox One plugged into his PC, and it sounds better. So yeah, just anything with a mic that's got decent volume. Did the scripts take longer than the editing? No, most of the work is the editing. And just recording myself. Writing it is not too bad. Yeah, maybe doing some of the edits would take longer, but secret game I would never let's play because it's too precious to me. Man, that's a deep question. I've already let's played Final Fantasy VII, and that is my most precious. I'm just looking at the wall. I've done Chrono Trigger twice. I did Dragon Quest IV. I haven't done Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is one of my favorites. So, but I would do that one if it were easier to play. There was that rumor that maybe it was coming to Switch with like this crazy Mario bundle for the anniversary. I so hope that's true. What about some old Lord of the Rings games? I never really played them aside from I played Return of the King, like just at some hangout night with a couple buddies. I played only a couple stages, but yeah, I never really played them. There was like a strategy one I played at the guy who plays violin in the soundtrack of the game. I played a strategy one at his place once, but that was about it. Also, it didn't seem super good. Is Baldur's Gate 3 on my radar? No. My sister will probably be into it. She was really into Baldur's Gate 2. She and her husband. But my brother-in-law, her husband, and the man she knows. 6 was my... Oh! During the FF7 LP, I said 6 was my favorite? What was I talking about? I go back and forth as to, or for a long time I went back and forth as to whether 6 was my favorite or 7. And I think I've finally heavily settled on 7. For endings, I think 6's might be better. I often say Final Fantasy 6, 7, and 8 all have perfect endings, and they're all slightly different. Do I have any plans to make more videos in the style of InDAO, the way of the indie? I could. There's like 3 people who have asked that. That's yeah, I mean, I'd be open to it. They take a long time. But yeah. I would maybe adopt like a less work intensive format, which yeah, maybe like a podcast talking on a subject or something would be the way to do things. I don't know. Guaranteed 3 views. Yeah, you guys put that on Twitter, we'll get up to 4. Yeah, Kale, I don't like FF12 like you do, but Tactics it's always in its own little category. I've let's played that twice as well. Once with Caliber and once doing the entire game, because when I did it with Caliber, it was like a bit more pragmatic. I really wanted to do a co-op let's play that I was sharing back and forth. And then when I came back to it, I was like, I got this deep feeling in my heart where I was like, I want to play FF Tactics. I don't want to just play a little bit of it. I want to play the whole thing. And then yeah, like the idea of doing War of the Lions, it's like that was my first time going through the full War of the Lions game. InDAO would be interesting after the game is released. Oh my goodness. It would be a darker episode. To be sure. I prefer the ending of FF8. It's so personal. Yeah, well, they all scratch such different itches, right? 6 is this like sort of redemption would be one way of putting it, but people normally think of that as like moral redemption, but it's like this second chance for life. And then 7 is this really ahead of its time ambiguous thing where, you know, a lot depends on what you've sort of grown to believe from playing the game and like listening to its message about like the nature of death and the moral nature of humanity and all those things. You know, what persists after a person dies. The game sort of puts forward this setting and these ideas and ponders them, and then that like informs what you think, which is really brilliant. And yeah, seeing the life stream come is like, yeah, it's all very moving. And then 8, yeah, just a happy ending can be such a beautiful thing. And it's like, it's not really cheesy at all, but just like what's the term? It's the opposite of a catastrophe. It's like you something. I forget the term at this exact moment, but yeah, like this. Yeah, just perfect. Oh, I did once send the motivation episode. Yeah, because you don't need motivation, you need discipline. Do you think FF Tactics remake could happen post FF7? No, I think there is a 0% chance of it. I would take the under on that bet. Yeah, I think catastrophe is the term I'm looking for. But yeah, based on what happened with FF12 with Yasumi Matsuno, I think Tactics is done. But yeah, it's interesting. Before I went on the game development journey, I mean, I knew the road would be hard. And it has been overwhelmingly so. But the problem is, if that's what you feel and consistently feel is sort of what you are to do, you know, some people would say like put on this earth to do or whatever. That would be more dramatic than I would want to put it. But like, you know, doing that work and expressing yourself through it is sort of like how you are true to your own nature, or however you want to look at it. Then not doing that is picking a certain form of misery, and then doing it is a certain form of hardship from just the weight of the burden you carry, which again sounds super dramatic, but I mean it's a ton of work, and yeah, the financial price is quite large, and the personal sacrifices you have to make are quite significant. But I don't know if the game will turn out, so I can't say if it's worth it. But I can say, even now, with all that uncertainty, which in a lot of ways is worse than failure, all that uncertainty hanging in, it's not worth it. So Matsuno has been collaborating with the FF14 team. I think they wouldn't put him in charge of a project again. Yeah, I don't think Vagrant Story is getting a remake either. I mean, although the thing is, like with those Evilise games, which again I don't think would happen without major Matsuno involvement. You know, you never know how they're going to tie in, right? Some of them are more closely related than others. All right. And on that note, I'm going to call it a stream. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I'll fix the annotation so it makes sense. Channel update stream. Not exactly. Yeah, thanks for coming out. I had a great time. And yeah, take care. We'll see you in the Let's Play tomorrow. Hollow Knight is going well, so be sure to check it out. And yeah, have a good night, everybody. Or a good morning if you're in some part of the world like that. Thanks, everyone.